Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the archives of the Cindy Cochran Show. Remember, I'm live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11, right here on irlonestar.com. You can be a part of the show by calling 936-647-3776. Also, please visit my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. And let me say a special thanks to our show sponsors, BK Meyer Photography. If you would like to be a sponsor of The Cindy Cochran Show, contact me at cindy@irlonestar.com. Enjoy! Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. It's a great Monday here, and you know that you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, which will bring you out of those doldrums and that blue feeling, because actually today is the official Blue Monday. There is a holiday that's been tagged as Blue Monday, and today is that day, Blue Monday Day. And it came out of England. They started this because they said they calculated that this time of January, at this moment, you are going to be realizing, number one, how much money you have spent. All your bills are going to start coming in from what you spent, over the past month and Christmas and all that. And that you realize that all of your New Year's resolutions have failed and that you're just not where you want to be. And so Monday is the day that everybody has told you that you're supposed to not feel that great anyway. And so now is the time to just wallow in all of that and, and be depressed if you want to be, and because you officially have the holiday. But the truer holiday, and the one that everyone is celebrating today, is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. It's his birthday, and this has become a holiday that federally is a holiday, and to hear his great speeches again. And see, I'm old enough to have heard him the first time. I heard him live. So it's so exciting to me. I can remember sitting in the living room watching the black and white TV and seeing his speech in Washington, and it was just amazing. I cried and cried through that. I loved that speech. And then of course, the death of Dr. King. It was so horrific, and it was terrible. And they play this speech over and over again, reminding us about what he wanted. And what he wanted was unity. His dream was that one day a little white child, a little black child will, be holding hands, playing together, and not thinking about the color, and that there was no color separation anymore, and that was his dream. And so I wonder if Dr. Martin Luther King today would come back and look at all what's going on. Would he be happy about it? Or would he be sad? Would he feel like, wait, you went, in the wrong direction in a lot of places? But he would see a lot of change because, especially in the dream with the children, because children have been going to school, and there's been, the coming together of these children, that now when they go to school together, there is no thought of, why do you look different than me, or you're different than me, or they have that kind of prejudice. Kids are wonderful, and I see why Jesus said, you have to become like these little children to enter the kingdom of heaven. You also have to become like these little children to understand what matters to them. And what matters to them is that we have a good time, we can play and all that, and that's about it. The non-judgmental part of childlike behavior is what we should be really emulating. And so it's a time to celebrate his dream and to try and stay as close to it as possible, and maybe come back from a lot of discontent and lots of things that have separated people and made a divide and all of that's happened. And on this day, we have 2 shootings of police officers while they're on duty, and then we have a police officer that shot and killed a robber. A guy came in to rob this KFC, and he pulled a gun, and the police officer shot him. And so now there's all this protest of Black Lives Matter. The guy had the gun. I mean, there's things that people have got to figure out, wait, let's find out what happened before we jump on it and start, trying to cause a lot of disruption and chaos and all. And Hillary Clinton, even in the debate last night that they had, the last Democratic debate, brings it up and says things that she shouldn't have said because she doesn't know all what happened. She didn't know that the guy was holding a gun on the police officer, because this had just happened, and she jumps on the things that these officers have got to get under control and respect the lives of the black people and that kind of thing. And it didn't have anything to do with that. And so a lot of these people, and I'm saying all politicians a lot of times will jump on stuff just so they get their name out there. They know the buzz is going to be quick. And so let's jump out there and say something and try and get your agenda, further down the road. But it's so sickening, and it's a terrible thing to happen. And any kind of protest, disruption, or anything on a day that where Martin Luther King wanted peace and wanted people to come together and wanted so badly that we disregard color and start looking at inside the heart of different people. So anyway, I hope that happens on this day, and that there's a lot of people that are celebrating it. There's 2 marches in parades. I didn't mean marches. Parades in downtown Houston, and I don't understand the 2 parades. I've got to find out why they're having 2. Why don't they all get together and have one big one? But anyway, that's what's going to happen today in Houston, and there's different celebrations all around town. I know the president of the Sam Houston University is going to be speaking at one that's going to be, I think, in the Woodlands. It's going to happen in the Woodlands. So you probably can go online and find where all the celebrations are happening if you want to attend a ceremony. But anyway, we are so happy that you're with us today on this Blue Monday. And here's the way to get out of Blue Monday. Here's the way to get out of every Monday. You take control of Monday. Don't let Monday control you or what people say about it or whatever. And that you need to get busy, do something fun, do something that's going to help somebody. And this is what a lot of people are doing, like on this day of Martin Luther King. They're serving someone. They're not, being self-serving. They are serving people and doing some kind of service project around town. Now, that's an amazing and a great way to show and to help fulfill the dream of Martin Luther King. But anyway, if the busier you get and the more you do for other people, the happier you will be. And we keep saying that. Just make somebody happy and you'll be happier. And that is so true. All you have to do is just go out and try it. And also there's been, it's been said to get over the Blue Mondays is to smile a lot. Just force the smile. The smile releases endorphins that are good for you, and it makes you happier. So you go out, get some exercise, walk, do whatever you can to keep yourself active, and you'll feel better. And don't sit in front of the TV and listen to all the news stations. Now, that's what I want to do because I enjoy that, and it makes me happy. But you may not be conditioned for that. It'll get you down if you listen to a lot of the stuff. Because I guess I was in television so long and listened and worked for Channel 13 and all that what you believe the newscasters are trying to tell you or what they're saying, you have to take it, I'm telling you, with a grain of salt a lot of times, because they're overemphasizing, they're getting, they want to make it sound exciting. They want to make it really, hit home with you and make you want to stay with their TV station. But a lot of that stuff, there is hype all mixed in with it. And I just started becoming pretty jaded about what they say. So I like to watch all of the news stations, but most of all, I watch C-SPAN. Nobody watches C-SPAN. I don't know of anybody that gets their popcorn and their drink and their Coke and watch C-SPAN. I do. I like to listen to something coming straight out of somebody's mouth and not the spin of what they said later, from other anchors and stuff. So that's what I'm I'm the junkie, the news junkie person. And so anyway, I was saying earlier that Sunday was the last Democratic debate. I think they only had like 3 because they could only find 3 people that would stand on the stage altogether. And there's you think that's not a lot of choice. Now, opposing that, and on the opposite side of that is the Republicans, where you've got so many people to choose from, and I think that says a lot. I mean, I feel bad for them because they don't get a lot of time in the debates because there's so many people, but it shows how strong the layers of the onion that you pull out, and they just more and more people, because they are so qualified, and you listen to them talk. And if you're a diehard Republican conservative like I am, and that's who I am, so when I say something, and that's coming out of, that's my opinion, that is what I think, and, and my opinion is my reality. So anyway, so when I say something about the Republicans, I am not shirking the Democrats. I'm being very upfront about saying something about the Democrats, because I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican conservative. I got an email from one of our dear listeners that said that the Democrats were feeling shirked because I was only talking to Republicans. It's because of where we are. I mean, I have the Republican headquarters right down the street from me. I go and ask them, and they're all happy to come on the radio and talk. I just don't know that many Democrats. I mean, once Mark Hader left, the show, I didn't have anybody to argue with. It was horrible. And so when I would say to people, well, I've got good friends that are Democrats. There was maybe 2 or 3, but I would love to have, if a Democrat candidate wants to come on my show and talk to me and try to explain to me why he thinks the way he thinks, that's fine. I'm just totally mesmerized with that. So if somebody does, they're welcomed. They are always welcome to come on my show. Okay, guys, we got a hard break coming up, and we're going to come back and talk to Brianna Dunahoe about her new weight loss system, and I bet it's better than the one that I found out about. And if you haven't eaten breakfast, or you're eating breakfast, don't listen to this. It's the most disgusting diet I have ever heard of. We will be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, sponsored by Meyer Photography.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that drinking and driving do not mix. Drinking and driving causes an alcohol-related fatality every hour in the United States. Stay sober and stay alive.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas, Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
Conroe now has another first, The Cindy Cochran Show, mornings at 10 a.m. on irlonestar.com.
This is Cindy Cochran. I'm so excited that you joined us on the Cindy Cochran Show. I just did the dumbest thing. I just texted Jimmy, but it was the wrong Jimmy. And I, in the text, said, "Do you want to talk?" And so the person put it back, "Who is this?" Oh, now I got to figure out what Jimmy it was. I didn't put Jimmy the C. I just put Jimmy. So there's two Jimmys on my contact list. I'm telling you, I don't know who I just contacted, but they're wondering, what do you want to talk about? What's wrong? What's going on? Okay. Anyway, okay. We're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening. Today it is Monday, Blue Monday officially, but we are going to bring you out of that. Listen, so many people, of course, in January, they start talking about diets. And it's the ever ongoing, never ending story about dieting. And the other, usually I see Brianna. I see Brianna on Wednesday nights at Wednesday night church. And we, they have a big dinner before church. It's amazing. And I'm in there and I didn't know where to sit. Brianna, you weren't there for 2 weeks. I've got Brianna Dunahoe on the line with me. And we're going to talk about her new diet plan. And I think one of it is to avoid where there's a lot of food and a lot of people, because that's what's going to happen. But Brianna, don't talk yet. I've got to tell everybody about this new study. It's a brand new study. It's an official study about weight loss, and they think they've got the answer on how to have people lose weight. And I've been trying to find which show I could tell this story on. Like when I first found out about it, Dr. Wally Wilkerson was on the show, and it didn't seem appropriate to bring this up at this point. So then we had other people, and I'm going like, I can't talk about it. So, Brianna, I'm going to get to talk about it with you. Now, if you're eating breakfast, or you may want to turn this off, because this is totally disgusting. But they're doing a study right now that they did all the lab rats or whatever animals that they use for the study, and it worked with them. So now they're ready to go to the human study and experimentation, and they've got people that have volunteered and ready to do this. And here it is. It's called the frozen poo pill. And what they found is that there are enzymes that are in thin people that are different than the enzymes in heavy people. And those enzymes, of course, the metabolism and all that's fired up by all that. And when they eat the food is, just, it goes away quickly, and it's all eaten up by whatever these enzymes are. I don't know about that part. But anyway, so they're taking the poo from thin people, freezing it, putting it in a capsule, and giving it to these lab animals. And what worked was that the ones that they gave the enzymes from the thin people, the lab animals maintained a proper weight, and the ones that they, of course, they didn't, they got bigger. So now they're ready to do this on human people. And what I am so interested in, because that's very toxic and poison, feces. And so how they're freezing it and putting in the capsule, because they believe they've timed how long this would take to get into the body and get to the place they want this to be, so that it can work its magic. So I'm just trying to visualize the people that have said, yes, I'll do this, and to take that pill. And they showed a picture of the pill. It was more disgusting. And you take this pill, and then they're going to check and see if this kicks up the metabolism and the enzymes and all that, and the burning the fat, and I don't know. It's so strange to me. I can't even imagine the volunteers. But I am going to follow up on this and see if this works. And then, because people get desperate about losing weight, right, Brianna?
Yes, but I can honestly say I would never be
that desperate. Well, but Brianna, when I saw you last Sunday, and you looked amazing. You look so good. So tell us, what are you doing? What are you doing now?
I am doing quick weight loss, and it is lots of stuff. It's a fat burner and a multivitamin and some other stuff in there, and Sorry, my child is yelling in the background. Lots of energy boosters and lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest obstacle is that I have to prep my food.
Yes.
I can't just run to Taco Bell anymore.
Ah, yes.
And so that has probably been the hardest part, is just making sure that I have what I need.
So that you don't have any temptation.
And healthy options, so that I don't tempt myself to just run over to Starbucks and have a coffee. And
I don't know how. Well, see, and you avoid places where is the temptation's too much, like Wednesday night church before class, right?
Yeah, I can't go there because, one, I can't eat half of the stuff that they make because it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I told my friend the other day I'm on the if it tastes good, you can't have it diet.
Oh, man. Well, then maybe this poo pill is for you. No,
okay.
It's
All right. Not. No, I'll stay fat. It's okay.
Okay, all right, fine. It's so funny. I have Nathan. How do you pronounce your last name? Arrazate. Nathan Arrazate is standing right across from me, and because he doesn't have any headsets on, he wasn't hearing anything that anybody else was saying. So all he was hearing was my.
He was researching the poop pills.
I was.
And so he was sitting here listening to this, and I just wondered, like how crazy this conversation must sound like to you, Nathan. And so that's why.
Well, it's funny. It sounds crazy on the diet side, but I actually had two friends, older, that had some intestinal issues, and they had gotten so sick they lost all the bad bacteria that's really good for you. And both of them, that's what they had to take.
Wait,
because it puts.
They had to take poo?
It had to take the poop pill because it put the bad bacteria, which is really good bacteria, back inside of you. So that's why when you said for diet, I'm thinking, whoa, there must be a whole different kind of bacteria right there.
Well, yeah.
But they had the problem,
yeah.
And that's why they had to take the pill.
Well, I started taking probiotics. I will not go one day without a probiotic pill. I love what they did to my insides of my gut, and so but when they said take this poop pill, I couldn't stand it. But Brianna Dunahoe is on the phone with me, and she has started this diet regimen, and one of them is staying away from the places that are tempting, and that's what I think was great. I love that when I said, where's Brianna? And they said, she's staying away from this time. She's going to come to class, but she's going to stay away from the eating, Yeah. And and when you're a member of any church, but especially the Church of Christ, and all the dinners, that's all you do. You can't think of anything else. Well, we can't dance, so no, that's not true. That's not true anymore. But that's
the old Baptist.
That's right. Yeah. See, and that's what I mean. It's like there wasn't much more we could do except celebrate eating, and that was, and so it became comfort.
I turned down two lunch invitations yesterday because I was like, I can't. I did not prep to go out to eat. I have no idea what I can eat there. I'm sorry.
There you go. That's awesome. I mean, if you have that kind of willpower to even think like that, you're going to be so successful. So I am just totally enamored with what you are doing and thinking this is the way to do it.
As of Thursday, I was down 11.5 pounds in 2 weeks, so I'm not complaining.
Woo, girl, that's great. Now, see, what I believe in is water. I have done everything from whatever to the liquid diets back in the 70s to everything, and but when I was playing racquetball, like 16 hours a day, I was playing racquetball all the time, and there was no problem about weight. You just didn't even think about it. You just ate what you wanted to eat. And I wanted to get back to that. Like, how can I eat what I want to eat, but I don't want to do the exercise, and I don't want to, what is that diet? And I started drinking water for another reason. And when I drink, they told me you have to drink half the ounces of your weight. And that's a career in itself, just drinking that much water.
It so is. Oh, my goodness.
But see, and I couldn't believe how once I got through like the first 2 weeks of trying to drink that much water and seeing weight come off, I'm going like, I'm losing weight and feeling so much better. And I felt like I was going to be able to play the piano within another week because so many things were going on. Like my knees didn't hurt anymore when I went up and down stairs. It was just amazing. So I started losing weight, And all I was doing, I didn't change anything about my eating habits or exercise, but I drank water. So I saw this guy, and he had this big gallon of water thing on his desk. And I asked him, I said, I just started drinking water, and all these things are happening to me. And he goes, oh, yeah. And then it will maintain the weight. You'll get to a certain point, and it'll just maintain your weight unless you can't drink more than a gallon of water, or it'll flush too much stuff out of your system that's good for you. But boy, is it exciting to know that water helps. And so I'm glad to know you added that. That's part of your regimen is the water part. That's great.
Yeah, 80 ounces a day.
That's right. See? And that's what, I should be at 90 ounces. And that is just, I'm telling you, I would have to have a catheter put in me so that I could go places because of how much water or how much fluid that would be in your system.
Some days I wish I just had a drip. That would be awesome. Just a water drip. Just
yeah.
Let it
well, that's something that I heard from some people. They said that you don't hydrate yourself by gulping it. You have to drink it just a little at a time. That's why the drip, they drip water into you, and you think because you're so dehydrated, they'd put a lot in there, but they said it's not effective unless you're sipping and sipping and that kind of thing. So, but sometimes it's just it just amazes me that there it is in front of your face. It's right there. It's it's not cheap anymore. You have to buy so much water, and I'd buy so much bottled water, but that it's so easy. It's really easy. It's a good way to get started going into a diet too. Is that because you get your body prepped and feeling good about itself, and before you start doing stuff that's going to make you sweat and all that stuff. So listen, we got to go to a hard break. We're talking to Brianna Dunahoe and Nathan Azario. How do you pronounce your last name again? One more time.
Arrazate.
Arrazate. I love that name. You need to have a restaurant. Okay. We'll be right back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Even if these walls could talk, they couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
Lone Star Internet Radio is now bringing you the weekly business hour show each Monday morning at 11 a.m. My name is Rick Schisler, and I will be your host. Each week we will be bringing you local, area, and national business news that you can use. The program will also feature an interview with a local or national business person who will share their own experiences, successes, and failures in operating their businesses. Our show is for anyone who already owns a business, whether they work solo or have employees, and for those who are thinking about starting their own businesses. A bit of information about myself. Again, my name is Rick Schisler, and I am a Silver Fox advisor who has over 40 years' experience as a serial entrepreneur. As a part of our show, I will offer some advice and encouragement on our monthly topic, and I will take your questions by email at rschisler@silverfox.org or call into the station at 936-647-3776. See you on the radio Monday at 11 a.m. for the weekly business hour.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today, so remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org, that's Junque, for more information and store hours.
The Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show, and we want to say thank you to Brianna Dunahoe for talking with us and describing what her weight loss plan has been, and she's sticking with it. And so we're going to stick with her and see how long this can go, and probably, we're trying to make it.
I wonder if there's a job opening for contributing the poop pill. Do you think
a donor?
Being a contributor? Yeah, I'll be a donor.
Donor. Well, that's what we.
Because he's full of
it. So I mean, I got.
And you're thin.
Yeah.
That's what's so amazing is that he is thin. He would be a great contributor.
Can you imagine like a 1 a.m. commercial about that? Yeah. It's like, are you thin?
Well, nowadays they advertise everything 24/7.
Think about it. Are you regular?
May cause heart attack, may cause intestinal bleeding, which could lead to death.
Call this number.
Oh, I can't imagine the disclaimer on this pill. It was like, if it breaks before then, just shut it. It's going to shut you down and you're going to die. So it's, listen, I saw 13 Hours, the secret soldiers of Benghazi last night. And this show is packed. It came out fourth. And so that's pretty good. It was right under Star Wars. The first one was right along. I don't know what happened to people's mentality for that. But anyway.
Do you think there's a thing in Hollywood today that they realize the political action movies are really well right before voting and things go on? Do you think they're actually now doing that on purpose?
Of course. They're, it was a perfect time for this to come out right before the Iowa caucuses.
Well, it's a big story. It's a real story, and the book's been out for a while.
Right, but if you've listened to the 3 survivors of that, it's so compelling. You just just get your gut and goes like, oh, you get so mad. Well, I couldn't wait for it to come out because I thought and hopefully it's good, and it's not like, we're praying for good Christian movies and movies that are, like well done quality and that people want to come see and all that. And so when I saw this was going to be made, I thought, oh, please let this be quality and let this be good. And it's great. It's a great movie. And it was so well done. Richard, if you go see it, you'll be so proud.
Yeah, Michael Bay made it. Of course, he has those masterpieces under his belt, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Transformers. Of course, this movie is going to be even better.
It's it's really good. The dramatic part of it.
I heard some good things about it.
Yeah. So anyway,
but how can you not say Michael Bay overdoes things? So it's like you have this true story, and Michael Bay gets a hold of it, and he's just going to do some lens flares and really great music from The Rock, and that's the movie. I don't know how you can take it as a true movie.
No,
because the storyline stays true according to the 3 survivors.
Because you sit and talk to you listen to the people that were there, and that makes it, where if he follows that. We've got a caller. What is your name? What would you like to say?
Hello, I am Bali Trinza. I'm a new caller.
Oh,
I'm listener.
I am so glad to have welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
What would you like to say?
Well, I was going to share with you that I have been involved in the poop study. I am one of the people that were involved in the original poop study, and mostly it was not thin or fat. It was mostly sarcastic and comedic. They were looking for those traits in the poop, because you could give them a pill that shares my sarcasm and my funniness, my comedic genius. and so.
And that's
I'm being
all.
paid-
You mean
I'm
that's
being
all
paid very well.
encompassed? That's all encompassed in those enzymes in your feces?
Oh, it's all in my poop. It's a poop lover thing there, you know. It's easy for me. I poop like 10 times a day, so I've made a lot of money.
You
off
have.
of my pills. Yes, I have.
I bet you have. You know, when you take those probiotics and they say they're live, whatever they're called, that's in
they're organisms.
Yes.
Organisms which can change your DNA. They get in there and they just mess with them little double helix.
Just think, you have to have so much faith in what they put in those pills because you don't know for nothing, and they're probably not FDA approved yet, and so you take those.
I say, take a leap. What the hell? Take a leap.
Yes.
Take a leap.
I think he makes his own.
Because this could happen to you.
Well, I'm just curious about the freezing process and how they have figured out how long that will stay in that capsule.
That's very weird. That's very weird. When you sit down on the toilet, you poop into liquid nitrogen, and you got to watch out because that freezes it instantly. And you got to watch out how long if you're a male, like I am myself, you got to watch out because if you're, what shall I say? How shall I say this on public radio? Scrotum hangs down too far.
Very good.
That'll freeze them, Beppy.
I'm so proud of you. See, and we have no way to bleep you out at all ever, so we just have to listen to what you say and then go like, that's so nice that you thought of that, and that was a good idea and a good angle. Okay.
Well, you asked about the freezing. I'm just telling you, there are some. It was not.
Okay,
it was
but
a safe situation, which is why I made so much money.
All right, sometimes the too much information thing happens, and I feel so appreciative that you called in to share this with us.
And I really enjoy your program for the most part.
Thank you. Since this is your first day of listening to me, that's great. I keep listening.
It was a series of bad decisions when I'm clicking on the radio or the computer, and I found this.
I'm so glad. Well, listen, be sure to feel free to call back anytime.
Okay, I will feel free.
Okay, all right. And
that's one of my best things to be able to do.
Okay. All right, well, listen, thank you, caller, so much, and you call back, and have a great day.
Goodbye, you little sweet cakes.
Bye-bye. Wow, you just never see. We don't have any way of having Richard vet these people, so whatever happens. So anyway, I think we were at the Benghazi movie, or we talked about the Benghazi movie. We were finished with talking about that. It was a great movie. You got to go see it. It was so crowded, and it's a lot more popular than people thought it was going to be. But people want to come see this. They want to see the true story because they feel like this came from these guys that were there. And it was, I watched the movies. It was just out of their mouths that they were talking in the interview. This is what was you saw. So I was really impressed with it. So go see it. Have you seen Revenant?
No, I haven't.
Do you see movies? A lot of movies?
I don't go to the movies a lot. I wait till they come home.
Okay. Well, now this movie, Benghazi movie, you feel like it's going to have any kind of stir up to Hillary? Do you think it's going to?
Unfortunately, no, because I think her following her base isn't going to go see the movie anyway.
I don't think so either, but it really got people. I mean, people were upset in the movie after they left there. Nobody, put scorched, cars, or no one blew up anything or anything like that. But it did make them think. Wait a minute. She came out and told us this was about a protest. And in the movie, it's clearly, it's not a protest.
And it's already been proven that she texted her daughter at the same time and,
That's right.
and said it was an uprising.
And the head of Libya and
But
Egypt.
the media's not talking about that, are they?
No, they won't. And it was in the 11-hour cross-examination that they had of her in Congress. And when that hearing happened and she sat there for 11 hours and did all that, and how she could sweep that away when they kept trying to, wait a minute, but they didn't find the email till the day after that. That's what just drove me crazy.
They keep releasing emails, and now they're finding a whole lot more that she didn't tell the truth about.
Right.
And those hearings are over, so whether they're going to have new hearings again, bring her back. The FBI has expanded their search,
That's
though.
right. That's what's very scary. And so I don't see how. I don't get it. It's the Clintons, I understand. So you have to expand your disbelief of things, but you go, how could this American public, people that are, amazing people, intelligent people that are out there, would vote for her with, she didn't have enough luggage before. Now she has this as well, walking into a presidential race, and would vote for her to become president with this hanging over her head. And I know that Obama will probably, pardon her from here to there, and that the charges, or her bringing her up on charges, or her ever seeing a day in jail, it's not going to happen, because we are so confident of how messed up the system is about that kind of thing. But there it is. There, the trial's been had, and the admission is there. And when I report this, I'm not being mean to her, but I am just thinking, how could you vote for someone like that, who lied to those families and saying, we're going to get the guy who made that movie, we're going to get those how could you vote for somebody like that? And as a woman, I can say to her, I would never vote for her just because she's a woman. Just because someone's black, I'm not going to vote for him. It's because of what they could do, and how much, and what a role model would she be for anybody's child, female child. Like, boy, just look at all the bad things you can do, and you can still be president of the United States. Wait a minute, that's not true. So, and just like you said, I thought she was talking about that specific policeman, but you're talking about she really did.
In the debate, she said that it is indicative of the systemic racism.
Right, that's right.
In the judicial system and law enforcement.
That's right.
In her opinion, pretty much anybody judicial and law enforcement is a racist, and it needs to be changed.
Yeah, that's just, and this is what is so amazing. Dr. Martin Luther King's his granddaughter came on and said that was wrong. For what she did was wrong, because she had no right to just, awash everybody with that opinion, all the police officers. Because she says police officers have helped us. We want to honor them, and so it was great. She just blasted Hillary for saying that on the day of her, of Martin Luther King's birthday. So anyway, we've got to go to a break real quick. Nathan, I hope you're just going to stay around. Just stand there, and if I say something stupid, you'll correct me, okay? Uh-oh, that's no. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. It is Monday, and we're having a good time here, and we hope that you are enjoying yourself. Remember that we are supported by BK Photography. Brad Meyer, yes, he is the man. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
Hi, folks. It's your old buddy Luke Clayton, and I want to invite you to join me every Saturday morning right here on Lone Star Internet Radio from 8 to 9 for Outdoors with Luke Clayton and Friends. Bill Dance is a frequent guest. Larry Weisser, Mr. Whitetail, is on the show every week. We talk a lot of hunting and fishing and generally have a good time. So remember, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio.
The Conroe YMCA's benchmark adaptive programming for kids and adults is Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is an equine-assisted therapy program serving children and adults with adaptive needs. The riders in our Leap of Faith program are working to address and manage specific aspects of their lives impacted by illness, injury, or disability. The Leap of Faith program has experience working with riders who are living with attention deficit or other hyperactivity disorders, hearing impairments, visual impairments, developmental delays or disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, head traumas, brain injuries, and paralysis. Our program uses horseback riding to develop self-confidence and self-esteem, to increase upper and lower body strength, assist in respiratory issues, and establish a trusting relationship between the rider and their horse. Not only do these activities aid in the physical and mental development of the rider, but they also foster self-reliance and independence. For more information regarding our program, to become a rider, or to volunteer with a great group of people, please call our Welcome Center at 936-441-9622 or visit our website at www.ymcahouston.org/Conroe.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, and you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. And I want to tell all you people out there that feel like, man, I think I have an actor in me, an actress in me. I think I could do this. Or people that have been acting for a long time, and they're looking for auditions and places to go. The Owen Theater, right here in downtown Houston, is going to be holding auditions for Romeo and Juliet. And it's going to be kind of different because it's going to be Romeo and Juliet set in the Civil War. So you guys be looking for that. Go to the Players Company website and get all the information of where you can audition for that. They are getting ready to open in a couple of weeks. The Murder at Howard Johnson's. Is that the Murder at Howard Johnson's? I got to find out more about this. Somebody's got to come over and talk to us about what this is about and what this play is about. So we'll get that on. But that's going to be opening pretty soon at the Owen Theater. And also, I came in today, and I've got this amazing MTV shirt. It's retro. It's so retro. It's 1993 MTV T-shirt, and nobody even recognized it or said anything about it. You're supposed to, when you see something like that, you're like, oh, where did you get that shirt? Because they're not for sale anymore. They're gone. But I got it from MTV because one New Year's Eve thing, they were doing those New Year's Eve thing, and they go from place to place. Well, they wanted us to do a New Year's Eve segment, what's going on in Houston. And we went to Dave & Buster's, and was it Dave & Buster's? No. It was some big place where there was going to be all these kids and teenagers for a New Year's Eve party. And so we went to that to shoot it and then send the video back to them because we couldn't upload it. So it's a 3/4 inch tape that we were, shooting on. So we had to shoot the video and then take it over to Warner and then upload it to MTV. And this was like 2 or 3 hour delay before they ever got it. And we were shooting all night long and doing this, but they were saying it was live. So it was a big lie, but it was the way we had to do it back in the days. But that was the first time that I was afraid of being in the media because we had our T-shirts on. And that, got attention. People were like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that T-shirt? And they said, we're with MTV. And they go like, you're with MTV. And they go tell everybody, and all these people would gather around, and the photographer, luckily he was tall enough and big enough to where, he could fend them off. But I'm standing there next to him, and I'm trying to interview people and then telling people that this is live, TV. And so they were just crazy. And then we started telling them that it was, this is being beamed to Russia. This is actually going to Russia. And this is but it just, whatever we said to them just got them so excited. And they, mobbing us, would just follow around and be around us. And there was no police protection, there's no security there to keep these kids away from us. But it was scary because people just wanted to be on TV so bad. And MTV was so hot during that time. So it was, that's where I got the T-shirt, and so I'm so excited when somebody says, "Where did you get that?" Then I have to tell that story. But anyway, listen, we've got a full week coming up next week. Tomorrow is Cody Spence with All-Star Catering, and he's going to be here. We're going to talk food, and Brianna is not allowed to listen to that show, so we are going to talk food and the amazing dishes that All-Star Catering, they have that you can go by and not have to cook. And if you want to fool someone that you know how to cook, you can go by and get all these casseroles and things that they have and present someone with a false front. Anyway, they've got that. And then on Wednesday we've got Michael Player. Michael has brought us two amazing artists. We've got Jared Starrett and Summer Ashley that's going to be coming into the studio, so it's going to be full of amazing music, so you've got to be here for that. And then Thursday we have Lisa West, which is also a connection to Jared Starrett, but anyway, she's going to be on talking about foster homes and families for animals. I didn't even know they did that. I didn't know you could have a foster home for an animal. They do rescue, and I have the dog for them because my grandchildren have prayed and prayed for a dog. They want a dog so bad, but I'm terribly allergic to, almost everybody in the household is allergic to, except Samuel, to dogs. And both Samuel and Cindy have prayed they want a dog so bad. And I've always wanted them to have one. We just, we couldn't find the dog. And we live on these 5 acres. There's no fences or anything like that. So they're out there playing on the day after Christmas. They're playing outside. And here comes this dog. It's a puppy. It looks like a puppy lab is what it looks like. And it comes up and it's so sweet. It's real docile, and it's just amazing. And they, of course, feed it and give it water. And then they pick it up and they try and walk from different houses to see if somebody may want the dog. Well, they came back and coincidentally, no one wanted the dog. So what are we going to do? So I can't just try and shoo the dog away or take it to another neighborhood and drop it off. I wasn't going to do that. So we fed it, gave it water. And it stayed outside. We didn't bring it inside, but I'm just so afraid of what's going to happen to this dog, and it can't live like this vagabond life. And so I'm going to talk to Lisa Thursday about how she might be able to help me get this dog to a home that has a fence and that will treat it sweet because it's so precious. So anyway, that's going to be on Thursday. So if you have animals or questions or that you want to talk about that, if you want to talk about how to not cook tonight, tomorrow, be sure and call 936-647-3776, and we will talk to Cody about the food and what to do with, you got too many things to do, and so cooking sometimes gets in the way, and they're going to answer that problem for you. And then we've got country music coming up, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Friday will be movies, what's happening entertainment-wise, and, of course, politics. Because I'm sorry, Nathan, I just love to talk about politics. I think it's so exciting. And whether it's Democrat or Republican, I don't care. I love to talk about it. So.
Well, I think more people need to talk about it. I think more people need to get involved, whether you're Republican, Democrat. Talk about the issues and find somebody that doesn't agree with you, because then that's an open dialogue. Now, if you get to the point where you know that there's nothing each one of you can say to learn something new or sway, well, then just be friends and walk away.
I think we got to talk. Point. That's a good point. But be able to talk about it and honestly talk about it. Because if there was a Republican that was being, lying and doing these things and all that I see in the Clinton camp, I'd definitely, hit them hard. I think that's how we are. It's just that we have such sweet candidates out there that have never done anything wrong. No, that's not true. Everybody's sinned and shall fallen short of the glory of God. So it's okay. And also, we know that as long as it doesn't have anything to do with your salvation, being a Republican or a Democrat, it's just enjoy the party and be loyal and all that. But let's talk about it.
And take the poop pill.
And take the poop pill for sure. Listen, we'll be back tomorrow, remember, with Cody Spence, All-Star Catering, and we're going to have a great time. Please join us. And check out my Facebook, The Cindy Cochran Show. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't go away.
Thank you for checking out a podcast on Lone Star Internet Radio. Lone Star Internet Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas. If you are interested in sponsoring a program for Lone Star Internet Radio, just visit us online at irlonestar.com or message us on Facebook. We are always taking song requests on Twitter, and if you are interested in getting involved with the station, by either hosting your own show or if you want to be a DJ, just contact Dick at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Internet Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station.